And it's like those things come into my head and I have to like punch myself. Welcome back for another episode of the Groove Junction. It is episode 59. We are motoring along. Choo, choo, choo. No, that's a train map. What am I talking about? I've had a drink. It's midweek, everyone. Welcome along to the Groove Junction. Here we are. It's another episode. And as always, I'm joined by my main man himself, Mr. DJ Jon Colley, everybody.
Is that it?
Yeah. Listen,
Mate, normally I get like this, like, you know, where I can envisage people standing up and applauding as I walk in, and because of the big build up, and all I get was Jon Colley. And that's it.
Listen, I've got to keep you. I can't keep building you up every week.
Well, I just want your intro, as always, spot on. I couldn't do it.
Really.
That's why I don't do it. But I've had a drink. It is midweek. It's Monday. It's nowhere near midweek.
When you're listening to it. But yes, thanks for joining, everyone. We are the Groove Junction, the DJ's podcast, which is supported by Wolf Mix. We're back for another episode. And there's a few little topics I want to discuss tonight. A few things are sort of happening and I've heard about, and once again it's about community as well. We talked big about the community, and we've had some really good messages this week off the back of last week's episode. So yeah, just want to keep touching on that as well. But before we get into it, as we always do, we hit the rundown, which is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine.
The Groove Junction Rundown is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine, the magazine that's got it all. It's a game changer. They don't just do surface level reviews, they dive deep with real practical insights. And the interviews, they feature some heavy hitters sharing seriously valuable advice. But it's not just about DJ gear. They cover everything. Marketing techniques, and even the latest tech trends like AI, which is super relevant right now. Honestly, if you're serious about your DJ career, you need to check them out. And here's the best part, we've got an exclusive deal just for the Groove Junction listeners. You can subscribe right now by searching Pro Mobile Magazine and hitting the subscribe button. Just use our special code, GroovePMSUB, for a 25% discount on your first year's subscription, which is 6 magazines delivered to your door. That's Pro Mobile Magazine. Don't miss out.
Thank you, Pro Mobile Magazine, for sponsoring the rundown. So, Jon, what have you been up to?
So I had quite an easy week, actually, because I only had one party.
It has been quite an easy week, actually.
Yeah. So I just had one birthday party, which was a 50th birthday in a house party in Hertfordshire, which originally you passed over to me, and it was really good. Like, it's supposed to finish at 12:30, but I didn't actually finish till about 1:45. And she come over, the woman come over to me and she said, look, we're running out of time. Can you play Mr. Brightside? And I looked at my watch and I was like, oh, mate, I'm already over. The night, when you get them nights where it just flows so well and and then you look at your time and you just think, oh my God, I'm running out of time. It was one of them. It was like such a good vibe. Really nice people as well. Really nice to, let me into their home, and doing a party and all that. Yeah, obviously respected their home, obviously. Good fun. Really enjoyed it. That was pretty much all I had this weekend, to be fair. Nice, easy one.
One gig's enough.
Yeah, I must admit, I quite like doing one gig.
1 gig a week, please. Ladies and
gentlemen,
that's it. 1 gig a
what about yourself?
I also had a 50th in a golf club in Hertfordshire, hence the reason why I couldn't do the birthday party that I passed to you. But it was a 50th. It was all 90s themed. Everyone came in fancy dress, which was interesting, to say the least. There was a few characters, shall we say. But yeah, it was all good. What was something that sort of didn't really know what was happening was the fact of they decided they were going to have a 90s quiz.
That's what I remember you saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up having to do a listening music round. They had 5 rounds in total. There was a general knowledge, there was a music round, questions, there was sports round, there was a movies round, and then there was the listening music round. Um, it was a tough quiz. But the time they got started was roughly around because they had all had a sit down meal. There must have been about 60 to 80 people, sit down meal. And they said we're going to do the quiz during dessert, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yes, great." The quiz masters, who are good friends of mine and my good lady wife, they were very intoxicated, to say the least. Um, I think the quiz took a lot longer than sort of anticipated, purely because the amount of alcohol that had been flowing before they started the quiz, which was roughly about 9:30, 10:15, to the point where I sort of had to step in and once we did all 5 rounds, when we came to answering or giving the answers to those questions of those 5 rounds, um, I just took the sheet and sped up the process because they were like doing the repeat of the quiz again in the anyway. But we got there. It all went down very, very well.
Good
And then we
stuff.
got into the night, and the night went really, really well. It was good. I've had some nice feedback, which is good. And there's a few of the people that have previously booked me for some kids' parties who were present there as well. So it was all nice seeing some familiar faces. But yes, I only had the one as well. Obviously managing the team, the Silent Discos team down in Australia. We had a gig down there. So loads of messages going backwards and forwards during the daytime, which is quite weird when you're seeing like mid-morning people prepping for a nighttime gig and saying, "Where's the entrance? What time are we on stage?" and all that, and it's all that sort of stuff going on. But yeah, it's all good, man.
Good
It was a
stuff.
fairly slow weekend from the gig front, which is not bad because it's going to get busy again next week.
Yeah,
But
mine got busy. We'll talk about that later.
we'll talk about that later. But thank you, Pro Mobile, for sponsoring. Don't forget, if you skipped that little intro, the Groove Junction have a nice little deal on the Pro Mobile magazine. Go and get it. Use the subscription code, which is Groove PM Sub. Groove PM Sub. Use that. Get 20% off. I think 20%. 20%. 20%. I'm sure it's 20% off your subscription, which is great. And Pro Mobile magazine dropped this week, in fact.
It did.
And it's a really good one this week. There's loads of different articles in there. The Gear Junkie is Diary of the DJ, Funky T. His little setup is on. I say little setup. He's got many setups. His setup's on there. DJ 247 is doing a little bit about social media. There's a Pro Mobile conference as well. There's lots of bits and pieces about the Pro Mobile conference. So yeah, if you haven't got your Pro Mobile magazine, then you need to do it. Groove PM Sub, as pointed out by our little friend John Colley, who had the magazine in his hand. He's now just thrown it away. He's now getting the magazine back for the video viewers.
For the video viewers, there you go.
It's on the screen. It's a nice little, lovely little magazine there. Loads of information in there. They even reviewed the Alpha Theta CDJ 3000X, which we discussed.
We did
on the podcast a couple of weeks ago now.
We did.
Yeah.
There it is. There, it's about 3 or 4 pages worth, which is good.
Good.
I'm still in here, and I'm in here as well. Still, I thought they would have taken me out. Yeah, I'm in there, man.
No, you're in there. You're in there. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the Pro Mobile magazine. So go and get that if you have not subscribed. But yes, thank you, Pro Mobile, for sponsoring that. John, we're going to get straight into it because time is of the essence, sir. And we got quite a bit to talk about. We talked about community last week, and it was really refreshing to see a number of messages fly in DM wise into me. I think you as well. I think might picked up on a few.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, this week.
People going, love the community, love that we're sharing information, we're giving back, and we're doing all this stuff. And yeah, I'm really pleased that it's hit the right note around the community, because it is all about, and don't want to use the word because it's your word, John, but it is all about sharing and caring about each other and what we do within this space. And we should be there for each other. I gave you the example the other week when I was having issues laying a dance floor. Got on the phone, somebody helped me. So there's loads of opportunities for us to help each other. And the reason why I'm saying this is that we're getting into this stages, especially with wedding season from a mobile DJ perspective, now starting to slow down and things are sort of tiltering off a little bit before we then get into sort of the late October into the Christmas type gigs, and it starts then picking up again. But we should be in a position, we shouldn't be like, I want to say holding information back. I think we should be very open and fluid about the information we give out. And we've mentioned it many times on here about gatekeepers, people holding information for the sake of holding it. Share it. Share it. We are not going to progress as an industry if we don't share information. There is enough work to go around for everybody.
Yeah,
There is
there's so much work.
Absolute ton of work going around that people can get onto the back of it. And we'll talk about finances and other bits and pieces because that's another topic that I want to get into after the break. But I'm just getting really sick and tired of the fact that people holding stuff back and holding back for the sake of holding back because I think they're benefiting themselves.
Yeah.
And that annoys me.
You know what? I mean, you've been DJing out, 30 years?
Yeah, plus, yeah.
Yeah, I've been DJing 25. Now, when I started, there was nothing on YouTube. I didn't know. I didn't even really know any other DJs apart from the DJ that showed me the basics in the nightclub. So we never had, back then, we never had podcasts. We never really had YouTube. Internet wasn't really a thing back then, you know. So from our experiences, from like, you know, going through it, we've sort of kind of self-taught ourselves, and it was a struggle for me. I struggle. He's like, well, what light do I buy? You know, I can't buy the same light that this nightclub's got. I'm doing mobile DJ, and using like now, if I was to start DJing now, there is a world of information out there now. There is a world of information, and this podcast, and we've said it before, you know, from day one, we're more than happy to share.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a problem, and what do we say, Matt? There's no such thing as a silly question.
Holding stuff back, John, for the sake of holding it back, when we're talking about, there's nothing. I would feel really guilty of myself of me doing this and providing this podcast and giving all of these tips, tricks, whatever you want to call them, to everyone, and me going, well, I'm not going to tell them about that because I'm just going to hold it back for myself.
Yeah, but what are you going to gain from that? You ain't going to gain nothing from that, are you?
I am an open book, and I've had a couple of DJs reach out to me who are trying to upskill certain areas of their business and other bits and pieces, and I'm like, I'm happy to help. I'm happy. Like I'm not the singing or dancing person that knows absolutely everything about it, but any bit of guidance that I can do or offer any support, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to give you that information. I'm not going to go, well, I won't tell them about that little bit because then, you know,
I'll keep that one for myself. Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And that's the whole gatekeeper side of things. It's starting to annoy me that it's starting to creep back in when I was thinking actually we were moving away from that. And I'm starting to hear it, and it's starting to really, really rile me up a little bit because we should be here supporting each other. I can't express that enough. And a lot of people have gone, you know, have reached out to me about other little bits and pieces that I've helped certain people with, and have gone, you know what, without you, I wouldn't have known that, or I wouldn't have done this that way. And it's helped in this way. That's all great to hear. And I love that. I love that. And it doesn't matter where you are in the country, from north to south, from east to west, it makes no difference. What I go out and offer as a business may be different to you, may be different to the next person. Yes, it's regional in relation to the finance side of things, because I'm hearing that a lot.
Yeah, there is a difference in, like, you know, pricing wise throughout the, you know, where depending on where you are in the country.
But what I'm saying is, if you are committed to your service, if you are 100% know by looking around, actually, visually, I'm on point. This service I'm providing, I'm on point. What I can deliver to this customer is on point. Then you price it appropriately to that. And we're getting into the little bit of the financial side of stuff that I want to talk about in a minute. But what I'm saying is, thank you to all the people that have really got on board with last week's podcast and us talking about community. I'm
Yep.
really passionate about it. We really need to stay close together as a community. But the only way we're going to get better is by everyone being on the same page. If people aren't on the same page, there is no point. There is literally no point in doing it,
There's
because
no point fighting against each other. It's because no one's going to get anywhere by doing that. You know, it's, you know, just yeah, just.
I'd like to know people's comments, if people agree or disagree with that comment, because I'd love to know what people are saying and thinking about it. Contact me directly. Put it in YouTube if you want to put it in YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, or just contact us directly. DM us on our own private pages. But yeah, or even on the Groove Junction Instagram page. But yeah,
drop us a message.
Yeah, drop us a message. But I'm starting to get really
It's frustrating.
upset.
It's frustrating that
really
we've come so far, you know, so far down the line when you think, actually, you know, everybody's like, you know, no one's holding back anything, and then it starts creeping back in. It's like, well, hang on a minute, why? Well, what are you gaining? You know, what are you gaining from it by holding on to that information? And you're not gaining anything by holding on to it.
And you know, I'm lucky enough, and I'm lucky enough that I'm going to go over to Las Vegas next year for the expo that they're holding out there for mobile entertainers, and I'm hoping to learn a lot whilst out there and meet a load and network. And I'm just going to bring that back. I'm just going to bring that back. We're going to talk about it on here. I'm going to tell you what I've learned and give you that information. You know, I'm lucky enough that I can get on a flight and go and do that. Some people would never be an opportunity to do that. But as long as I can feed that information back and go, look, I've heard about this and this is what they're doing here and that this is how they've benefited from it, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that information.
Absolutely. Love that idea, mate. Oh, I'd like to go to Vegas, but I thought, well, if you're going, you can feed all the information back and I can save myself some money.
There you go. Exactly that point. Exactly that point. And you can do the podcast on your own whilst I'm gone.
Oh, mate, I will smash it out of the park, mate. Tell you, I'll be wicked. I'll be so good. I'll be able to have an argument with myself and I'll still win.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave that slight pause in the edit because your eyes went very, very big when I said that you're going to do it on your own. It was like the panic effect just dropped in.
Proper fear, mate. It was proper fear.
Proper fear. Proper fear. But yes, I just wanted to point that out. But thank you to everyone that's got on board with the community stuff that we talked about last week. That means a lot, and I just hope we continue to keep pushing that and pushing the narrative on it as well, to be fair.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said, Mr. Fletcher.
Thank you, sir. Right, Johnny boy, I will see you
after the break.
Welcome back, John.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me back as always.
Yeah, don't say I'm waiting for you. I'm here. I was waiting for you, John.
Mate, I'm sitting here waiting. I don't have a lot to do, so I just sit here and wait for you to speak, and then I speak. Ta-da!
Right. So talking about the community stuff, what I want to talk about a little bit is around the financial stuff as well, because once again, that is a big bone of contention for a few people. On social media the other week, I said I'm putting up my prices for next year. I've seen a growth in my work this year compared to last year, so I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm getting a lot more inquiries that I had I'm in a lucky position at this moment in time with the additional silent disco stuff that I do for another company that keeps me very, very busy. But I can pick and choose quite easily all the private stuff that I do, as well as the commitment that I've done with the silent disco company. So, but in light of that, I think, and this is once again stuff that I'm starting to hear, is that people are quoting a price and they're coming away from that quoted price. It's what I'm saying is it's quoting versus reality. So I might quote for argument's sakes, I quote for a normal night is 500 quid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's a normal quote, 500 quid, right? That's what I will go out for. It's not, but that's what I'm just, for argument's sake, 500 quid. However, I've taken into considerations my equipment, my setup, my time, in relation to getting that gig ready for, powering up all of my lights, i.e. my battery packs,
battery stuff. Yeah.
travel expenses, all of that builds into the quote. However, when you put that quote out to a customer, they go, well, I only had a budget for £300.
Yeah. Oh, I'll see where we're going with this. Yeah.
Can you do it for £300? And you're like, no, the quote's the quote. That is the price. And it's very difficult to get into the conversation with people around that, because they've come back. For some of us, not all of us, but for some of us, it is our hobby. And we go, well, yeah, okay, I'll do it for £300. You're losing out. You are losing out on all of those additional bits and pieces that you're doing that you originally costed into, and those factors into that original price. And you're dropping that away just because, I actually want the gig. So that's the issue that I have around what you're quoting versus reality, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had a customer like that last year.
Okay.
It was for a wedding, quoted the wedding, and I took into account the time, because with weddings, if you can, you set up in the morning, go back in the evening, that sort of thing. So it reduces disruption throughout the day. And this one, I just haven't got the budget for that. I just haven't got the budget. I said, well, I can't go any lower, I'm afraid.
No.
I said, you're more than welcome to, get quotes from other DJs, blah, blah, blah. She said, oh, no, but you was like already the cheapest sort of thing, or that sort of thing, So I didn't lower my price, but I said to her, so, well, okay, how about we do an installment plan? Right? It's a pain in the neck to do. It really is. But it helps them out, and they get what they want, and I get what I want. Because I wasn't about to lower my price. And I've still got the gig at the same price that I quoted at.
Yeah.
But it's just done. She pays on a monthly thing.
You gave them the option.
I gave them an option rather than just saying, oh, okay, you can only afford, £400. I'll do it for 400 quid, as you're, and I'm not losing any money.
I think that the thing around this, John, to be honest, is I don't think the DJ community publicize well enough all of the additional bits and pieces that we do.
How many times have you given a quote and they give it, I'm paying you that, what, to press buttons? You only stood there for 4 hours. How many times have you heard that?
There is that. But where I'm going with this little bit here is that how many, it's all the amount of stuff that we put on social media, and we put on our web pages, and we put on Facebook pages, and we put on wherever you put all your stuff, right? It's all about that visual look of how our setup is, and how the night is gone, and there's people dancing, and everyone's smiling and happy and high-fiving and congratulating you. But actually, the reality of it, people don't see you getting all your equipment out of the lockup, which you're paying for. People aren't seeing you in the evening downloading music or going on subscriptions to create playlists. in the evening and pay for that. People aren't seeing the maintenance that you're doing in relation to the equipment, making up cables for longer extensions, or painting stuff because all your equipment's white and you need to touch up a little bit of scuff marks that you've put on your equipment. All of these are additional times or the additional bits and pieces that we do that we don't, as an industry, highlight enough, as far as I'm concerned. And I am probably one of the worst people because I'm very much of, everything needs to look great on social media. To be honest, I'm actually, as I'm talking about this, I think we just like, I'm going to start posting a load of stuff of me getting everything out of where I store all of my equipment, putting it all in, and then putting it in the car, and then filling up the car, and then going from, you know what I mean? It's all of these additional bits and pieces that we do that we don't publicize to the world.
Yeah.
And like you said, people only see us coming in and pressing buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've done a couple of videos myself of like going to the lockup and time lapses of setting up my equipment and all of that. And well, my video editing skills are not great anyway. It was my camera work, to be fair. But I know for a fact that Funky TJ, I know he's done lots of videos of like his loadings and this, that, and the other, and he's putting, we need to get the word out to these people, make it more noticeable, that, if you like, that it's not just about standing behind a podium or a DJ standing and pressing buttons. There's a lot more. When you're going home, we're still packing up for 45 minutes, an hour, and then we could have an hour or 2 hours drive home after that. And you've had your greasy kebab and you're now tucked up in bed, and we're still driving home.
No.
I think you're right. I think that we need to be putting a bit more of the raw stuff out, or not the polished, nice looking stuff. The polished stuff looks nice, Matt. It does, but we need to put in the rubbish bits as well. The setting up. Oh, got to go, stuck in a traffic jam, all that sort of stuff. Because you could say, oh, it's going to take me an hour to get here, but you get stuck in traffic, or the M25 or the motorway or whatever it is closed, and you're now delayed another hour. So now the stress level goes up, because now you're thinking, right, I've got to do this, got to do that. And people don't see that. They don't see what we go through.
No.
And, so yes, I think we should start doing that.
And it's our time.
Yeah.
It's our time. From the moment you leave the house, go to the lockup, unpack everything, load the vehicle, close the doors of the vehicle, lock the lockup up, drive to one place to the next, get there, unload, set up, get everything ready. And it's just that process. It's not as well as just doing the 5-hour gig that we've been booked for. It's all of the additional potential 4.5, 5 hours on top of the 5 hours that you're doing anyway.
It's like, it's like, for me, I've got a gig on Saturday, and I've got a gig on Sunday. Now I know that I've got battery operated stuff. I know it's got to be charged up. I've got to charge them up. I've got to think about. I can't do that Saturday. Saturday afternoon. I ain't charged my lights up. Got to think about that in advance.
And I think ultimately, if you are deciding and you are undercutting yourself to get that gig, all you're doing is having a direct detrimental effect on the industry. Because it's and we've talked about it before, that whole quote, race to the bottom.
Yeah.
All you're doing is devaluing the entire industry. There's no simple way of talking about it. You are devaluing the entire industry. And that's so sad to see that that's happening. I saw something on a WhatsApp group that I'm in, whether it's a UK wide one, where somebody was let down for a wedding on the day, which is terrible in itself. But then somebody was offering for somebody to go and do the gig for, like, I think it was like £200.
What, for a wedding?
Full setup, £200.
Nah, mate.
And there's people taking it.
Really?
Yeah, people taking it.
Sorry.
And this is my whole issue around. Yes, ultimately somebody's wedding has been massively messed up because of somebody cancelling them on the first place. But we shouldn't be devaluing everything that goes into what we do.
No, you're right. Absolutely right.
And it's all the way from the beginning of that first consultation to creating the playlist for timing, working out what they want.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah, and just
communication in between. You've got to, sending emails,
everything.
text messages, everything. It's not,
And,
just a rock
and
up, do the gig, and pack down and go. It ain't like that.
and it's killing the industry. Yeah, and we talk, and we mentioned it in the first half of this show. It's all about community and keeping the community on board. If we don't act as a community, and if we don't get over this whole devaluing what we do, we're gonna struggle for another 25, 30, 40 years at this price.
I mean, people are scared. DJs are scared of putting their prices up, right? They go, "Oh, I'm not going to get as much work as I did this year." Well, I put my prices up this year, and so far this year has been my best year, right? I think that you know
What? And just to interrupt you there, and this is the whole thing around mastering a quote system that is robust enough that you're still maintaining bookings and keeping bookings, even though you've put the price up. Your pricing structure is accurate and it reflects everything you do, whether that is the value of all the equipment that you're using, the skill set that you have in what you're providing, and basically all of the additional costs that we've just touched on.
Yep.
If you literally drill down on that, yeah, I think everyone should say, well, yeah, I should be getting more money for what I'm going out for.
Yeah. I mean, prices go up all the time. You don't, you don't go into Tesco's, buy a loaf of bread, and say, "Oh, can I give you 50p?" You pay whatever you pay the price. If that's what you want, that's what you pay. Loaf of bread's probably not the best example, but it's the first thing I thought of.
No, it's fine. You can go with the loaf of bread. It's fine. It's not a problem. I just think
Especially-
I don't at this moment in time. I don't have the answers in relation to, like, I know we should be doing better, but I don't have the art. I don't have in my back pocket the art of crafting up a compelling proposal that is going to hook in that customer every time. I don't have that. But what I do know is that when I speak, like, I'm not a salesman. I've never sold anything in my entire life. We could argue, well, I am selling stuff when I'm doing my thing, but in the sense of it doesn't come naturally to me to sit there and when I'm in the consultations with somebody going, "Oh, you want to go for this package because you'll get this," and I struggle with having that conversation about customers, and even to the point of, I'll give you an example. I had a customer that has booked with me my top wedding package for next year, and I'm really grateful for them doing it. But they wanted a saxophonist, and I'm like, okay, great. I can put you in touch with someone, not a problem. But go directly to them. Don't go through me. Go directly to them. And they just basically couldn't afford it. And what it came down to is that they were like, we'd really like that, but we just can't afford you and them. But we want you to do the whole day for us and hosting and everything else. And I'm gone, that's great for me, but I feel really bad now. And I'm actually now, like, in my head quite a few times now, I've gone, oh, do I like, I'd love them to have that saxophonist. Well, why don't I pay for it out of my own money? And, and it's like those things come into my head and I have to, like, punch myself and go, what am I talking about? But it's just the I suppose the kindness in me that's going, but they had this dream and they wanted that, and because of my prices, put them out of not getting something else. And but then because of that, I'm now devaluing
Yeah.
my whole position by going, well, I'll
Yeah.
pay. I'll get that saxophonist in.
Yeah.
I'll pay for them to come in and do it out of my own pocket, and it
And
was
then
a
you'll
nice
turn.
surprise for them.
Yeah.
But I'm devaluing everything that I've just spoke about.
And you'll get there, Matty, and you've devalued yourself, yet they've got a massive balloon arch, they've got ice sculptures, and they've got
Yeah.
chocolate fountains and photo booths and everything else where, they could have saved money on that to afford exactly, the DJ and the tax office. So yeah, if they can't afford to have don't you discount.
No,
It's just,
and I think the art behind all of this is understanding when to walk away
mm. Now
from
that's that walking away from something once you've already built up a bit of a conversation or a relationship with them,
I'm
because
saying you've got to be strong to walk away from something that is unprofitable for you. That's my thing. I think you've got to look at it and go, I actually rate myself. I rate my setup. I rate myself. I rate my business. I rate my customer service. For you to walk away from that going, actually, there's no money in it for me.
yeah,
I can't. And I think that's the difficult thing, is walking away from that.
no, I get that.
It's a really difficult topic and a conversation to have. I'm really, really keen to hear what people have to say about it. I really want to try and work hard with people and actually go. And we've had this conversation, John. Have a look at a photograph of your setup 4 years ago, and look where it is now, and see how far you've developed in that time. And you should be reflecting against that when you're pricing up your gigs.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, I did, I did exactly that. I looked at a picture of my setup 4 years ago to what I've got now, and I looked at it and I'm thinking, back then in 4 years ago, I was thinking, yeah, my setup looks all right, actually. I'm happy with that. And I look at it now and I give it, oh my God, I can't believe you went out like that.
Right.
So, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I just wanted to highlight it a little bit because I just think it's. We've banged on already about community. We did it last week. We've touched on it again today. If we are not all pulling in the same direction as a community, and it comes down to a bit around costing as well. And yes, there'll be loads of people that were going on to me going, yeah, there's not a chance in hell I can charge that much where I live, everything else. Look around and see what else is on offer. Do your homework. Look around and see what other DJs are going out at.
I'll tell you one thing I do every 6 months. I'll ring up a load of, I don't know, maybe 6 DJs in like the Essex area, because that's where I live. And I'll give it, my mum's having a 60th birthday party. What you quoting? I need a DJ for, like, I know what you, right? And I'll get their prices, right? And I think, right, okay, I'm in line with them. And then a couple of months later, I'll ring up and say, we're getting married. And I'll just pick a venue. I'm getting married here. We're allowed to bring in our own DJ, blah, blah, blah. What do we get? And I'll get their quotes. And I think, yeah, okay, I'm on par with everybody else, or, whatever. Yeah, do a bit of homework, do a bit of research.
Do a bit of research. But what, I can imagine them going, oh, it's John Colley again on the phone. How's the Groove Junction, John? Is it all right? Is it? Yeah, you're all right. It's not like you can disguise your voice very well.
No. But I do it. I've got my voice over the microphone sounds completely different to what it does. So there you go.
Your posh voice.
My posh voice. When I put on my telephone voice.
Yeah, exactly.
And I pronounce my T's and all that.
Excellent. Listen, maybe we talked about it a little bit longer than I sort of anticipated to it, but once again,
it's important though.
It's important, and we can't undersell ourselves. We can't devalue what we do as an industry, and you devalue yourself for what you are going out and delivering.
And again, I mean, if you're just stepping into this game, into the mobile DJ, and you don't know where to start with your pricing, then reach out, ring us, drop us a message, and we'll talk you through all the things that 100%. Just just do that. So if you're not sure, just reach out.
Regardless of what you actually decide on going out with, it's purely your decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's purely your decision on what you want to do and what you want to go out and what you feel comfortable in doing. But what you feel comfortable in doing is making sure, and what you should be doing is making sure you're not selling yourself short. Just think of all it's not a case of, and this is an educational piece for the customer more than it is us as DJs, because us as mobile DJs in particular know how much things cost. We know how much those lights are. We know how much we're upgrading here, we're upgrading there. We're putting a little sprinkler's stardust on top of what we do all the time, all of the time, regenerating stuff and selling stuff, getting the next stuff, and again, and it's just that constant cycle because we're bettering ourselves. The problem is the end customer doesn't know that. They don't see all of that dedication that we're doing in making sure that we are looking good, up with current trends, producing what we're producing when we're going out and doing what we're doing, subscriptions, fuel, time. The list is absolutely endless. You could throw so much into it. Don't undersell yourself. Don't undersell yourself. Right, on that note, let's have another little break, John.
Let's do that. Are we coming back?
Cool. Yeah,
coming back?
why not?
Okay.
I need to have a swig of drink.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll see you after the break.
Right, John, I've had a little lie down. I've had a little breather. I'm a little bit more relaxed now.
Lay down? Why are you having to lay down? It's Monday.
No, I mean, like, I've decompressed from that little stressful outburst that I've just had for the last half an hour on the podcast. But yes.
You know what? I mean, you did say off air, I just want to touch on it, 5 minutes, touch on it. But you didn't.
No, I know.
But it was an important and valuable topic.
Hopefully to somebody.
Yeah, well, it was to me. I enjoyed listening to you.
You enjoy listening to me every week, John. You can't get away from that.
I can't get away from it.
No. What you got coming up, John?
Well, this week?
Yeah, man.
So Saturday, I've got 2 local ones this weekend. So I've got one on Saturday, which is a 30th birthday at a pub. It's another small pub. I've been there before, but I've been there not to do an event. I've been there like as a guest of an event. It's very small, so just going to go out with a combi booth. Going out with the black setup this weekend. What time is it? 6 to 11. That one finishes at 11.
You had some issues with your black moving heads, didn't you?
Yeah. So when I did that party with in the marquee, used my black moving heads, and it all started off fine. And I was using the Wolf Mix to get all my lights like tweaked up nicely, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. It just stopped working. I couldn't get it to work on the night. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So I literally just pointed it up at the ceiling. The colours work and the gobos work, but there was no movement, no panel tilt. So I brought it home, took it out and went for it, see a thing that says reset. And I'm like, let's just do a reset. So I clicked on reset. It's like factory reset. So yeah, let's do that. Now everything's in Chinese. I can't read it. I don't know what the menu says.
Okay.
So there's an app on or there's something on Google where you put in Google Translate and you can hold the camera over it and it does.
Yeah, that's right.
But I can't get it to work. So I've reached out to
Google.
I've reached out to Shed's Lighting, and they're like, basically, you just got to buy a new one. And I'm like, I don't really want to buy a new one. I want you to fix it, but it's over a year old. So yeah, so a bit of a problem. So, but I have got another 2 black moving heads that I can use for the time being.
Okay.
You know, they're not as good as these ones, but they'll still do the job.
I must say, when I popped round to your lockup actually last week, because I got my AZ back, and you kindly are storing my AZ box, which is quite handy considering I had to send it back. Your lockup is absolutely ram solid.
Yeah, it's a bit full. It is a bit full.
A bit full.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But then I have got 2 setups. I have got a black setup and I have got a white setup.
All right, posh boy.
Well, I'm just saying that so I've got like.
Not everyone's got a double setup.
No, I know. It's taken me years to build this up. You know, don't get me wrong. Everything used to be black before, but then I've gone into the white thing. So it's taken time to build it up. So yeah, you're right. It is pretty full, to be fair.
It's very full.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just wanted to point that out for the listeners that it's got a very.
It's going to get fuller next month because I'll start buying all the sweets for Christmas.
Oh well.
Yeah, and I know you like I know you like a Haribo.
I do like a Haribo or two.
So yeah, and that's Saturday, and then Sunday I've got a children's party in Hatfield Peveril.
Nice.
6-year-old birthday party, so that'll be. And
For
they're always
people
good fun.
who don't live in this country, it's a very small village that John's going to. Yeah. John's very much talks about these locations that people go, where? What?
Yeah. Everyone should know.
What are you going on about?
Yeah, but it's a small little village just outside of like the bigger village that I live
used
in.
to live there. I used to live in it.
Yeah.
I know how small it is.
Yeah.
Right.
What about
Cool.
you? What are you up to?
I'm going Liverpool on Friday. We've got Silent Disco up in Liverpool Cathedral on Friday.
Nice.
Which would be good. And then Saturday we've got Freshers gig. Yeah, I've got a Freshers gig on Saturday. Yeah.
Whereabouts is the Freshers gig?
In Hertfordshire.
Nice.
But yeah, so Freshers on Saturday. I think Freshers is over this week. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
it's just a week of drinking, isn't it? To be fair,
is it? I think it ends this week. I think I've got the last gig of Freshers. I definitely know I've got the last gig of Freshers at this uni, whether or not there's any others. But anyway, yeah. So that's Saturday night.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
So, I'm quite looking forward to this week. It's not overly busy for me, which is quite nice. I mean, kids' party's only a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's on a Sunday as well.
All good. All good. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out actually to DJ Jon Lowe. DJ Jon Lowe won the Wolf Mix on the 1-year anniversary show. And he's finally got it out of the box. And he's started using it and programming it at the weekend, which is good.
I did reach out to him in the week and said, look, if he needs any help to get in contact with us. I did do that.
Yeah, if he needs any help, I can speak to someone else. But then also, he's also informed me that he has purchased his ticket for the Pro Mobile conference in March 2026.
It'd be nice to meet up with him. I haven't met up with him, so
yeah,
I'll be there. I'll be there at the conference.
I've had the privilege a couple of times.
Good stuff. Yeah, I'll be there at the conference. So conference would be good.
In fact, actually, if I stick him next to you, you'd probably look like the Mitchell brothers from EastEnders.
Really?
I'll leave that where it is.
Yeah. Let's not try and work out who's who then.
Not yet. We can do that another time. We'll do that in March. John, it's been a great little episode this week.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's gone by quick.
Yeah, and listen, anyone got any comments about today's pod? Because I know it might be a little bit controversial for some people. Let's have it. Send me some messages.
I mean, if you do this, you are listening to this, like it, share it, spread the word, let people know that we are here. Because there are, don't get me wrong, there are people that don't even know we exist,
crazy.
So, well, it is crazy, really. I mean, I don't know what to say, really. I mean, why do they not know who we are? But,
how dare they?
even if they take one little snippet of this episode that's going to help them in the future, this is what we want. This is what we said from day one. This is going to be like a learning platform for the new and the experienced DJs. I've picked up loads of little, tips and tricks from other DJs. So yeah. And as I always say, sharing is caring. So share the podcast with your friends and that. Get them to give us a watch, give us a like, give us a follow.
Love that. John, it's been a pleasure as always. We will see you same time, same place here on the DJ's podcast, which is supported by Wolf Mix. We are the Groove Junction. His name's DJ Jon Colley. My name's DJ Matty F. We will see you next week.
Be safe, be lucky.